Hi, everybody. It's Attorney Celeste here. We are currently having open office hours, so if you have any questions, you can go ahead and send that in before the end of this broadcast. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start with current events. So, I know a lot of people are at home. There's still some essential workers out there working. We thank you very much for doing that. You're keeping everything going here in the States. COVID 19 is a highly contagious virus, is wreaking havoc across the globe. At least 1 million people have been tested in the US, and there's 327 million people here in the United States. So that's less than a half of a percent of the total population tested. At least 175 confirmed cases in the United States. So that's more than China already. So hopefully this will be over soon, and I send everyone the best of wishes. In the economy, according to the New York Times, Harvard economist Kenneth Rogoff, um, this is already going to look like the biggest downturn in the economy in 100 years. So make sure that you're doing everything to prepare yourself while staying safe. According to CNBC, Goldman Sachs has revised its economic projections. Looks like the economic downturn is going to be a lot worse than originally anticipated. And also, according to Newsweek, um, the Federal Reserve's weekly economic index has collapsed to lower than 2008. So I'm saying this with all of the intentions of making sure that people are taking all the necessary precautions, both in terms of their health and also in terms of their finances, because that's going to be a big factor. All right, so if we can just turn to some of the other things that we have going on. Um, I just wanted to also talk about the different topics based on the services that we have at the Celeste firm. So this is just general information for the public. Use it as you wish. Do not consider this advice. And we're going to start with criminal law. So let's start with FOIA, or the Freedom of Information Act. It basically means that residents can see what the government is doing and request records. So, for instance, did you know that you can FOIA criminal records? So, hypothetically, I could find out the time and location of a person's arrest. I can find out the name of the police, the bond amount, custody information, and many other details involved in certain police activity. The police are required to give attorneys certain arrest records in general, or certain information regarding their policies on how they handle inmates or arrestees. So right now, I'm going to FOIA the Chicago Police Department for all documents related in whole or in part to all COVID-19 precautionary measures taken by the Department of Corrections for staff and inmates. And I would like that to be an electronic format. So I'm going to do that right now. All right. Okay. And I will send that out after this is broadcasted. And then what we're going to do is we're going to see what their response is going to be. So I expect a little pushback just because I'm sure they're still developing some precautionary measures. Things are in flux, and they also have to consider security in transporting inmates or moving them or classifying them. Um, so, if you want to access government documents, you can reach out to a law firm. They'll likely handle your request. and it generally shouldn't take too much time. And with that being said, I'm going to move on to answer some questions that I've received. Some people have asked what can be done in terms of credit card payments. Generally speaking, we're going to look at giving some of these credit card companies a call just to let them know your financial situation if you're out of work or if your business has taken a bit of a hit because of the pandemic. And, a lot of people can just let the credit card companies know what the situation is and, what their options are and hi, Kaite. Thank you for joining. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. So a person can give a credit card company a call, correspond with them, make sure that they're working with you, or, if you're the person, that they're making sure that they're working with you, basically. In terms of other institutions, you can reach out to your bank if you have a mortgage, see what protections they have available to you. Just give them a call. A lot of the banks have their own offerings. And, in terms of, renters, you can give your landlord a call as well. Some landlords will work with some people and some won't, but you don't know until you try. So, and another question, an interesting question that I have received is, how can I make money? Well, there are many different ways of making money. You can get a job. You can start a business. If you do start a business, I do recommend working with an attorney just to make sure that all of your risks are being accounted for before you start operations. Another way of making money is by being an investor. So investors exchange their money to be an owner in a company. And by doing that, when a company is profitable and is paying out its profits, an investor is entitled to what are called dividends. And dividends are basically just cutting a slice of the pie of the profit. So those are just a few ways of making money. Anyone else who has a question, please feel free to send them over. I am right now in open office hours, so I'm going to be working on different clients' files, and I will be answering some questions or organizing those questions for the answers that I have tomorrow. Again, my name is Attorney Celeste. Thank you for dropping by, especially you, Akaite, and I hope that you stay safe, keep your hands clean, don't touch your face, and don't go out too much. And if you can, stock up on food, but please be cognizant of other people out there who may be in more need than you. Thank you so much. All right. Bye.